you've just gone through and you've taken your pieces through the thicknesser. It's time to dock them to the correct length. Now, with any luck, they're just slightly off because we docked individually before. Now, to overcome this issue, what we're going to come through and do is first we're going to check for any sniping, any marks, anything that's been like taken out of the timber. Make sure that there's nothing major that you can see, and from what I can see, we should be a-okay with these. From here, we're going to come through and we're going to get some tape. Now, tape's actually super handy in a range of aspects in technology or in the workshop, but it's very important that you tape things before you cut them on the drop saw, because it allows you to come through and stop or minimize chip out, I should say. Now, when I'm applying this tape, please note that I'm adding some tension to it. I'm not just putting it on weakly, I'm actually pulling it so that as it comes down, there's slight little ridges occurring in that tape. And yes, sometimes you may end up breaking the tape, but that's all right because at least it's tight. What you do to one end, you're going to want to do to the other. So we're going to come through, I'm going to tape up that next end. I'm just going to hurry that one up a bit. So the reason we want to minimize breakout is because breakout is ugly as. After you've got it taped, you're going to choose one end. It doesn't actually matter which end. You've got it taped, you're happy where it is, and choose one end. And you're just going to get your line and you're going to mark off near the end. So for this, I'm just going to come down here. I'm going to draw an arbitrary line somewhere in that tape. So it doesn't need to be any set measurement for that one. The following one does. Now you could come through and you could use a tape measure, but I think in this instance, I think using a 600 mil ruler and then a 300 mil ruler is going to be the easiest method. So we need the piece to be 667 millimeters long. So setting that up there, can bring it over to the edge. I'm going to mark out, once again, we always measure to the edge. We're going to mark up 600. I'm going to do a dot there. I'm just going to write 600, just so I know that I'm not going to get that confused later. So we've got that there. Then I need to mark up 67. So I'm going to bring this to 67 there. And then I'm going to go all the way up to 67 there. Like so. 67, 67. Now what you can see is, fortunately, that's fell in my tape. If it hadn't, I'm just going to re-tape the area so that we've got tape going around and tensioning that. From there, we're going to get our squares. Once again, bring that up. Mark on your line. And double check that measurement. It's always so important to double check that. So we here, that's to 600, yes, although that's, yep, that's to 600 on the dot. And then from here, from there to there is 67 millimeters. In the next video, we're going to be cutting and I'll see you there.